Bam! What is up with the squad? It's Session Favorite Auntie with Uncle Tendencies in the building with Coach Coleman. The CC Show Wednesday cometh. What's good? What's good? What's good? Bree Wayne, 1, 2, 3, go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, let's go. What is good? What's good? What's good? Coach, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Everybody falls in love sometimes. I fell in love with the game of basketball as a toddler.
Wednesday coming. Wednesday coming. What's good, man? So, what's going on in the world of hoops? What's going on in the world of hoops?
Let's talk about. We get into that crunch time. Let's talk about first the power conferences, their standings, just their conference records, their standings, where people are sitting right now in conference play. Can we do that, people? Can we talk about that, people? Can we do that?
Let's go.
So here we go. ACC. Number one in ACC is Notre Dame, Hidalgo and family, 14-0. Under them is North Carolina State. Hello, Jeffrey is at 12-2. You listen, Linda. NC State, is 12-2. They're second, but look, UNC, Duke, and Louisville are all at 11-3 in conference play. Then after that is Florida State at 10-4. Then you got Georgetown in California. Can I say it like that? 9-5. And then poor little Tink, Virginia Tech Hokies, 7-7. You think there's going to be any surprise teams, Auntie, out of the ACC, or you think we're just looking at that top 2, top 3, right? Notre Dame, North Carolina State, UNC.
No, I call for Notre Dame and Louisville to play in the ACC championship. I'm gonna stick with my pick.
Okay, so who is ranked at that? Notre Dame is ranked. North Carolina is ranked. UNC is ranked. Duke is ranked. Louisville, did they fall back out or in a frequent flyer? They got in. They were ranked for a moment. Florida State.
I don't believe that they're ranked right now.
Florida State sometimes, and Georgia Tech sometimes, and California is unranked. So we're looking at a possible of 4 to 5 teams. We'll say a definite 4 and a possible getting bids because they've been ranked all season, right? Whether tournament, but you still need Notre Dame to win that tournament championship, so some of your other favorite teams got a possibility to get an at-large bid. So the teams that they're expecting win is important. So we're going to move ready. Big 12. We're going to move down to Big 12. Big 12 right now. TCU 12-2. Baylor 12-2. They're at the top. Kansas State at 12-3. You get to the middle of the pack. You have West Virginia, Oklahoma State, Jesus Coach, Utah at 11-4, and then you got 2 little tinks, Iowa State 9-5, and Colorado at 8-6. TCU is ranked, Baylor is ranked, Kansas State is ranked, West Virginia is ranked, Oklahoma State is holding on by the thread of the rim. What do you see? I see a 3 and a possible for NCAA bids.
No idea. I have no idea. Out of the Big 12, I said TCU. And I haven't really paid much attention to many of them, really. I'll be honest. I don't have any real picks out of any other conferences. Like I feel like it's UConn and South Carolina in the championship. I feel like it's UConn, South Carolina, probably Notre Dame, and I'm thinking of a Big Ten team, maybe Ohio State or something, in the Final Four. The rest of these conferences and all of that they do till we get to April is just a nice trip. And a story to be able to tell in basketball. I don't think anybody out of any of these. I think the champion is coming out the SEC. That's what I think.
Let's move on to the Big East. We're just talking about bids here, right? So,
hey, no. I'm just saying, like, Big East, you kind of come out of there. It's the big least, like,
right. So you got UConn and UConn is 14-0. Big Least Creighton is 13-1, and then it's little Tink Tink Seton Hall 10-4, and then two Tink Tinks at 9-5. That is Villanova and Marquette. Of course, I think UConn and Creighton still ranked. They're kind of they do a magic act. They're in there. I think they've been pretty consistent in that 20 to 24. I think Creighton's been pretty consistent. Do you feel like they keep Creighton ranked for kicks and giggles just to say there's two ranked teams and it helps that rankings for UConn? Is it Baskonomics sometimes?
I don't know if they keep it because it gives UConn another ranked team that they've beaten. I don't know that they necessarily want two teams in from the Big East, but it gives them another ranked team that they've beaten. So,
I mean, if they stay ranked all season, usually by the Baskonomics, they're going to get a bid in because you've been ranked in the top 25.
Yeah, but I don't think that they're giving them a bid so that they have two teams coming out of the Big East. I think that they end up with a bid because they want UConn to have a ranked team that they beat in the Big East. So just by default, it could be anybody. I don't think they like, oh, we got to make sure we got two Big East teams in there. I don't think that that's what it is. Like I said, I think it's so that UConn has a ranked team that they beat in that conference. So it could have been anybody in the Big East.
Anyway, so UConn's going to win regular season. UConn's going to win tournament conference tournament. That's what we're looking at. More than likely.
That's wrote on that paperwork every year.
Big 12
in the Big East.
Big 12, I think it could be either TCU, Baylor, or Kansas State that wins. But then you might have a dark horse in West Virginia because they're playing hot coming on late. So going back to the Big 12. Right now, the regular season championship looks like it's coming down between TCU, Baylor, and Kansas State.
Yeah, I think TCU wins that. Yeah, I think TCU wins it.
Right.
Kansas State, Leah's still hurt, right?
Leah's still out.
Leah's still hurt. And Baylor lost to, who was that? Did Baylor lose to Ole Miss or somebody earlier this year? Baylor lost to somebody earlier this year, and I moved off Baylor very early in the season.
Right.
So
they're doing well in conference play. They're doing well in conference play.
Yeah.
Big 10. You got USC 13-1, UCLA 12-1, Ohio State 11-3, Illinois 11-4, Maryland 10-5, and you got Michigan State 9-5. And we got three Tinks: Michigan, Oregon, and Indiana. Michigan and Oregon, believe it or not, are 9-6. Iowa's 8-6. Iowa and Nebraska are 8-7 in conference, and then Indiana is ahead of Iowa and Nebraska just by one game, 8-6. I think we're going to just look at that top three: USC, UCLA, and Ohio State. It's safe to say that for Big 10. Who do you see taking regular season championship before we go to the tournament conference? Just talks.
I don't know. Probably UCLA.
UCLA.
I have no idea.
Well, right now USC has the head-to-head.
So if UCLA beats them in LA, they would be tied, wouldn't they? So it could be either one of them. I don't think it matters who wins the regular season.
Right. Conference tournament.
I just
still got Ohio State conference tournament.
Yeah, I'm not moved. Here's the thing: I haven't moved off none of my choices. I ain't moved off none of my picks. My picks is my picks. I got Ohio State winning the Big Ten tournament. So there's that. No, I thought Michigan was gonna make a little bit more noise in the Big Ten, but I guess they may be a little bit young for what I thought they would be able to do.
Okay.
Michigan State actually surprised me. I didn't expect them to play as well as they played, but they came on a little later in the season. But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with them in USC tonight. I expect USC to get the win. I expect USC to get the win, but like I said, Michigan State has shocked me. I think I picked against them 3 times and been wrong 3 times. So I don't know if they'll sneak up and get USC tonight. But they can make it interesting.
What do you see Michigan State is lacking? What skill set they're in need of this season that's not getting them over?
I think they missed Didi. I don't know that they have really just a go-to closing score from what I saw. But they pulled off some wins that I didn't think they could pull off. They took care of business against Michigan. So we'll see what Sparty does. We'll see what Sparty does.
Man,
like I said, they beat Michigan and then they took an L to Michigan. So it was just like trading. They traded shots, but
right.
they surprised me a little bit. I give them that. But against USC, I don't know enough about their personnel overall to really say how they'll match up against USC player for player. But they got a little bit of size around. I don't know how well they play, but that that Van Sluten, we'll see what she does. But I at this point, I really look at this team and say, damn, I wonder why Didi Hageman left. Like to me, they're missing like a Didi Hageman type. So weird to me, but they're figuring it out. I didn't see Michigan State coming. But I look at the teams that they lost to, and I think they lost to like UCLA. They lost to it. They took an L to Michigan. They lost to Oregon, and I expected them to beat Oregon. And then Alabama and Maryland.
I think that was early in the season, though, right?
Who, Oregon?
Yeah.
Yeah, Oregon was like end of January, so not so early in the season, but the loss that they took earlier in the season was Alabama.
Okay, that's right. And that kind of pushed Alabama forward. I feel like non-conference play.
Well, I mean, yeah, non-conference play. Alabama though, once Alabama got healthy, they started making a little bit more noise. Bree Wayne is saying she likes Michigan and their toughness. I like Michigan too. I like Michigan too. I expected Michigan to be better than they shown so far in the Big Ten, based on the way they played us in that first game. Young team though.
Right, experience. Right, it's not the skill. It's being able to make the reads and experience the game experience, the big game experience, and the close game experience.
And I know, Lisa, you're not asking me, but Coach Yo and Joni, they see her on fire like that. They see on fire. You hear me?
Wait. You did the fire.
Fire. Yeah, they seats on fire.
I gotta take a drink. That was so hot. That was
you hear me? Fire. They seats on fire. You hear me?
We don't need no water. Let the seats burn.
Let it burn. Let it burn. Like Usher. Let it burn. Let it burn. Let it burn. They seats is on fire. They seats on fire.
You gotta let it go. When you go,
they headed to fire. They're gonna be fired around here. You hear me? Fire. Thank you.
How you say it last season?
Thank you for your service. Fire. Fire. They seats on fire.
Man.
Man, don't play around. You better get one of them extinguishing blankets you can throw over that seat. It's hot.
Jeffrey in the chat.
Jody, fire. Lisa Pugh, you ain't listening to me.
You got to do the.
You ain't listening to me. I'm trying to tell you. Fire. They seats on fire. F-I-Y-A-H. Fire. You hear me? Fire. They see
You
us
said
on
you said
fire.
FY. You said FY.
F-I-F-F-F-I-Y-A-H. Fire.
Put some s'mores on it. Put some s'mores on it. Put some...
Mizzou coach, smoking.
Wait. We do it like this.
Man, you hear me?
Man.
Like that. When you walk in their office, you choking on the smoke when you walk in that office.
Got the friction
Yes,
with the
coach.
sticks. Wow.
Yes, coach. Yes, coach. What's going on, coach? What? Hey, fire. You hear me? They have renewed contracts of Pingleton and Mike Neighbors. Yeah, they gone.
Mike Neighbors.
What you say, coach? What you say? What you say, coach?
Okay.
I
Put your
can't
mask
see you.
on. Put your mask on.
Got the breathing thing on, man, like a like a fireman, man. Call out. Fire department, call out. Fire department, call out. Somebody's seat is on fire. You hear me?
Mike Neighbors looked like he checked out. Like he got a bag of snacks on the sideline, just drinking his diet soda, just like we just gonna ride this out. He don't even care about WNIT, not even a coach's invitational tournament, nothing, none of that. Just give me my package at the end of the season, Paul.
Man.
Look, give me my severance pay at the end of the season.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look, folks. I'm just letting y'all know. Who is on fire this year. Yeah.
Oh man. So who you think is candidates, up and comings, or are they gonna try to recycle? Just we know they on fire. Oh.
Yeah, fire. Some of them might get recycled around. I think Georgia's coach's seat is also on fire. And
I thought it was a burning house in Georgia.
I just think I think that there's with NIL and the eyes and the money around women's basketball right now, some of these schools that have the ability are really going to try to get a piece of the action, right? So
I
don't think let me say I don't think that Coach Yo is a bad coach at all.
Right.
I think that there's some things that she needs to do different, and there's some development that could be there. She absolutely puts together a masterful defensive team. I can't figure out why she can't get offense there. We talked last night. And there are a few things maybe that these coaches can do, and I don't know if they'll have time to see what they can get out of the portal before they get that thank you for your service tap on the shoulder. You get that thank you for your service tap on the shoulder. Yeah, hey. Talk to you for a minute. I mean, you come in, hey, Coleman, can I see you in your office for a minute? Hey, bro.
You already know.
You get that mandatory meeting first thing in the morning email. Just go in with your box, buddy. Just go on in with your box. Go on in with your box, okay? Get all your little personal, your little coffee mug. You know what I mean? Your little scarf you had over on the little hanger. Get all that.
Yeah. Pictures.
Get all that, put it in your little box, going on to a little meeting. We talked last night about potential players being in the portal. There are players that could move around that could change the trajectory of some of these teams. Like Ole Miss getting a shot of offense maybe could change the situation for Joni, right? Keomi McMiller at an Ole Miss, and I don't know if KK Deans is a senior, but you put something like that there, that's an instant bucket, right?
Right.
Michaela Blake's Camille Pierre, these players that we were just speculating for the fun of it, could potentially end up in the portal. Those are players that are buckets that could be an offensive threat in other spots. So maybe if they were able to grab some sure offensive fire out of the portal, like Yo could be okay. Joni, if Joni could get like a Chavez and a Keomi Miller backcourt, goodness gracious, that would make Texas A&M look different. I just don't know what to hope for at Texas A&M. Koulibaly is out, and I believe Koulibaly is a senior, so I think there's no eligibility left for Koulibaly. Let me know. Post injury to come back and do anything at Texas A&M. Now, I don't know who's coming in at Texas A&M. You lost Barker, Koulibaly went down. It's been just an unfortunate 2 seasons for Joni. But Joni, what she's doing back into Georgia, if she had never left, right? Georgia has some talent. They need some size. They need some size there. So I don't know. Some of these coaches maybe get recycled. I would like to see some assistant coaches get some shine and get some opportunities. But I think ultimately we may see some new coaches come up, Coach. Like NIL, I think is pushing some of the coaches that we are used to seeing around away from the game because they just don't want to play the NIL game. And it's unfortunate. They've done a lot in basketball, and they just decide I don't want to learn a new way. And that's okay if you don't want to learn a new way. But go home. Go home. If you don't want to play the new game, go home. Don't hold up programs.
Don't hold programs. Don't keep taking teams.
Exactly. Hey, John A. Antoinette, what's up, fam? But yeah, miss your face too, fam. Georgia got one big girl on the team. Saw that up close and personal. Yeah, but what is she doing? I need her to help my twins. Right. I think this is Koulibaly's last year. Correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. Y'all let me know. I thought it was Koulibaly's last year, and she went out with the injury, so that was unfortunate. The gym was empty.
Oh man.
And so the big girl's not good, Greenway? Okay. Well, there's that. I don't know what to do with that.
That's not a hunk of big.
Okay, here's the thing, and this is a real question. At D1, everybody should be kind of some level of good, right?
Some.
Okay, like at least something that you should be able to work with. So if she's not looking that great at Georgia, is there another coach that could do something with her? And I think sometimes these players don't look in the portal quickly enough, waiting for their shot.
Here's the thing: is some players are just a better mid-major player than a Power Four, and can really reach your potential. But they're set on it has to be Division I Power Four. I'm not saying that it may be a different Power Four conference that fits that style of players play. And sometimes when you're a young adult and the hype and the NIL, sometimes you glance over that. You don't look over that. Sometimes even your team maybe not take a really detailed look at what really fits. And in another part you said, if something happens where I can't play, is this a campus where I want to spend my time when there's no basketball? Things like that. If I have an injury or if I can't play so many games, can I enjoy the atmosphere? So you have that variable. So we have to look at is, in this NIL, is it going for the bag or is it going for the program and the level of Division I that fits your skill set, where you're going to play and you're going to grow and you're going to develop? Because you see a lot of good talent come at mid-major because that's their level. They shine. They go compete. Their team doesn't win in the NCAA tournament, but they go compete and they have a great college career. I mean,
and then they go on to be engineers and architects and doctors and all of that. And that was really good.
Yeah.
And you have some great stories to tell. This time I played against Paige Beckers in the tournament, and this time I got a chance to go out to LSU and meet Kim. Like, you get these opportunities and these stories that you wouldn't tell. Now I see y'all in the chat. First thing I'm gonna say is I'm not gonna say that I think that Joni is a bad coach.
No, right.
Nor do I think Adia Barnes is a bad coach. So I see your comment. I am great now. Janiah Barker went where she fit better. I don't think that Janiah Barker was meant for the area of Texas that she's in. But I don't think that Joni's a bad coach. Caitlin Gilbert didn't work out in Arizona for whatever reason, but I'm not going to say that I think Adia Barnes is a bad coach. And the only reason I was I don't think that Adia Barnes is a bad coach is because Don entrusted her with Ja, and so we see something there, and there may be some opportunities for them to develop more as coaches, but I'm not going to say that I think that they're bad coaches. But I'm interested in this. I'm interested in Bree Wayne talking about JUCO as an option, and a couple bigs going down to JUCO, and then coming back with 2 more years of eligibility. I don't see people talk about JUCO as an option a lot, and then I don't outside of Sakima Walker. I don't know of anybody, and it's probably just because I don't follow other teams as closely. I don't know of any other JUCO players that are in successful programs right now. Let's talk about JUCO and what you think about JUCO as an option, and does it help make any difference on how you're looked at as a player?
Right. Well, in the past, it was that in the past, and what you have a evolution or a change of perception of JUCO because of NIL, because of the new rule. You don't lose that eligibility coming out of JUCO. You don't lose that year. So now, because of NIL, JUCO becomes like a D league to the NCAA.
Okay.
And so, and that's the good thing, right? Give you time to develop. And so, in the past, let's go real quick. In the past, you got to go to JUCO because your GPA wasn't good, or your ACT or your SAT didn't match up, and so you go to a Division I JUCO. But just like the NCAA, there's Division I, Division II, and Division III JUCO. So if you're at Division I JUCO, that means you're looking to play at a 4-year Division I school.
Can you tell me the difference between JUCO and gap year? And what are you doing in this gap year?
Gap year, you might go. You go prep, usually prep school.
Okay.
Usually is the gap. You talk about out of high school, the college, or gap year, or you talk about gap year. You play and you take off.
So I'm looking at gap year as an option, right? And then when do you make the decision on I need to go to JUCO, or I need a gap year for prep, or I need a gap year to go play international and come back, or how does that fall in line for making decisions about your career?
So if you're coming out of high school and you need a gap year, that means you didn't get the looks you feel that your skill set delivered, and you want to put some more attention to your grades, or you want to get some credits, some college credits before you go in. And that doesn't mean your grades are bad. It just means I want to get a few college credits. It kind of boosts my portfolio as a student athlete, but also you get the thing is, when you do a gap year, you go prep, get with a prep school that actually can place you in front of those coaches. So do your homework on those prep school that has a history for placing you, or where the college coaches come to your practice. When I was in Kansas, I coached with a prep team called Next Level, and we had Division I coaches come to our practice to watch our players. And so
therefore, so let me ask a question. Prep school. We just prepping for sports and ain't no school going on?
Well, the thing is, it's you only can do so many credits.
Okay.
Or you lose eligibility. So you only can do like 6 to 8 credits at prep, college credits. If that makes sense. You only can
no. That's what I was wondering. Like, okay, because I was like, okay, so you did a prep, you took a gap year and went to a prep school.
Right.
Are you only doing got it? And that's what I was trying to figure out. Are they still trying to balance a whole school, school year curriculum and their sport, or are they kind of focused a little bit more on the sport?
Well, it's more on the sport, strength and conditioning, working on your areas, So there was one prep school that about 4 years ago, I helped set up, and the major thing is a lot of times it's your strength and conditioning. You're just not a Division I shape, like size, like physicality. I mean, we know that's a big jump, and so that's your gap year from high school. Usually, high school to college, your gap year is a prep school, or some. My thing is, I encourage people, if you're doing a gap year, like stay away from the AAU stuff. Do your prep. and just focus on getting picked up, because you can get offered mid-season and then go in early to the school. So it just all depends how serious that student is.
Got you. Now, can you still take a gap year at college?
You can take a year off.
Can you take a year off and go play international and come back?
I have to double check with the NIL.
Or does that make you a pro? That's what I was wondering.
You claim pro overseas. I don't know if they penalize you in America, because that has changed.
Gotcha.
Because remember the one and dones. People didn't want to go. Remember when it was making it mandatory in the men's side for them to at least 1 year, they were going overseas because they didn't want to go to college. So they were declared pro. So they couldn't come back to college. So that's a case study right there. I remember that from the men's side. So when you come back, and you do have to go like into the pro, because you kind of played your year, which would be in your 1 year, your first year of college, you played it over in overseas. Now the thing is like some of these rules, right? At one point with NCAA, they were addressing things going on men's and not women's. So, but it's still a rule, right?
Yeah, sure, for sure.
But women's, most players, for women players on the women's side, most of them are going to stay 4 years, or some, you see some cases where they go 3 and go, but most is 4 years. And so one and done only really pertain to the men's side at the time, for financial reasons. And that's because they weren't getting paid at the time.
Got you. And I am great now. I see your story. I don't know that I've ever seen Joni disrespect a player, so you would have to tell me what she did to disrespect JB on the sideline. But I still don't think Joni's a bad coach. When you talk about Ash taking the next year off. Oh yeah, I got you. Okay. So I mean, there's options out there. JUCO.
I mean, that could be the gap year. JUCO, they got some eligibility now with the new rule, right? If you got a rehab or something and you got some time. There were years ago, I don't know, Division I colleges do it, like the power conferences, where they had a relationship with JUCO where they would send a player to stash them, to get them developed, and then offer them at the end of their JUCO season. So I don't know if programs still do that, but that was a method. Say, hey, go to this JUCO, and then we're going to offer you. You got to get.
And if there's anybody in the chat, tell me some good JUCO women's hoop teams for this year. If anybody knows something that they checking out, I haven't watched much JUCO basketball, but I would be interested in what are the JUCO programs that are developing women and sending them up. Emily, it's all good, fam. It's all good, fam. Glad to see your face in the place. What's good?
Emily, we gonna sing it like that because you came in late. Emily.
Not a remix because you weren't here at the beginning.
Yeah, you wasn't here at the beginning, so we gotta do the late entrance.
Oh yeah. What's up to Russell over there on the Instagram? Appreciate you holding down the Instagram facts. He only bring the facts to the chat. But yeah, if y'all know some JUCO players, I would love to know, because last year came from JUCO. Is that right? Is that right? I think Kimmy will coach some Emily's from Mizzou team. I can see that. Too many players have ran away from Arizona. The coach, referring to KG, talked about people riding on the bench, then lied on KG. When KG jumped in the portal, Moki backed this up. Moki backed up what? Moki can't back up what another coach did if Moki wasn't there. And sometimes players just aren't a good fit for certain coaches. But I'm not gonna say that she's not a good coach.
Yeah, I mean,
Kaylin Gilbert might not have made the best decision for herself the first time she chose, and needed to make a different decision because she was choosing based on something other than what was absolutely best for her as a student and a player. But I'm not gonna say that Joni I get on Joni because I felt like she was assistant coaching at the Olympics and was not recruiting at her program in a year when it was really, 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 really critical for her to get that done. Right. But I don't think that you get to be an Olympic coach and do the things that she's doing and be a bad coach. And I would say I saw Dawn have too much respect for her to say that I think that she's a bad coach. Period. I'm not buying that. So you can miss me with that narrative. You can miss me with that narrative, Adia Barnes too. You can miss me with that narrative on those two
How
coaches.
many years removed is Dia Barnes from a championship appearance?
Not that many. Not
Three
that
and a half.
many.
Yeah.
Not that many. So they might not have they may not have good chemistry with some of the players that they have right now, and they may not be in the schools that fit with what their overall goals are for their programs. But I'm not gonna say that either one of those two women are bad coaches.
So
And that's even with Ja being there and me wanting and me like I don't know if that's where Ja needs to be, but I'm still I don't feel like she's a bad coach.
So here's the thing on college level, and I'm not going to get on the box. College level, it's not just about X's O's and playing. There's some coaches that actually care about just them as people, players as people, and who they are, and what other things they want to do outside of basketball. And so, college basketball, even though people try to make these young adults robots and think all they're supposed to do is produce on the court, they're still people and have other ambitions. And so there are some coaches, not all coaches, that want to invest in them as a person. And with that comes expectations and standards and accountability. And so sometimes certain styles and certain setups, as Auntie said, does not work for certain players. And so it's all the approach. I think you can never get old with that, with you wanting to give players life skills. You can never get old with that. You never get old with that. The money, money comes and goes. But having a skill that you can do after basketball, that's a lifetime. So
The thing I was gonna ask is, are there kids who get to college and then just find out like going pro ain't for me? As good as I am,
it's work.
like it's not for me, or I'm passionate about something else. I'm burnt out on this. I could. I feel like there are kids who get to college and just and you look at them and you like, damn man, if I had your height, if I had your skill set, I would go pro. And they like, yeah, no, I'm packing this up when I'm finished at college. Like this is just a college. And so I don't know. I think the kids get there and part of being a coach is, like you said, helping them figure out what their next chapter looks like. And I think sometimes they get there and they realize it's not going pro or it's not what they thought it was. And that's okay too. And I think that it takes a special coach to be able to help a kid, realize like, yo, this isn't for me, and help them get on the path to where it is that they want to be. And so if the coach's approach is all about winning the natty, then that's not the school that I'm sending my kid to.
Right.
You think Bree wants to be an influencer more than she wants to be in WNBA? Time will tell. I don't know. Time will tell.
I mean, what's her major? Is it like communications, journalism?
It's something like business influencing or something like
Right.
that. Her major is something like that.
Right.
If Fagan wants to be a daycare owner, I could see Fagan having some I could see Fagan having some daycares.
Right.
And that's okay. And I'm glad that Don gives them an opportunity to be able to stretch out in those areas and find out and be more than just basketball players. And then there's some coaches who I think are great coaches and will have great programs that will never play for a national championship. Never play for a national championship, but it's still a great program for you to go develop, be seen. You ain't gonna win no natty. You ain't gonna win no natty. They just don't. They don't attract enough talent at the same time to be able to push for a natty.
But you're gonna win some games.
Yeah, you're gonna win some games. You're gonna win some games. You're gonna play against some Power 5 schools. You're gonna play in March. Sweet 16, Elite 8, maybe some years when you really push it, but you're not gonna play for a national championship. You're not gonna play for a national championship. I never played for a state title. I wouldn't change my basketball career at all. I would not play basketball if I had to do it all over again. It's still a great freaking experience. Sure. Right? Still stories and lessons that I could draw on. So no, everybody doesn't go pro. Everybody doesn't win the natty. Chloe Kitts wants nothing else but basketball. WNBA is the A and only option according to her dad. Yeah, Chloe's been on that mission for a minute.
And again, like you said, it has to be that individual person's desire and commitment. It's a lot of work. Once you get to high school, to college, there's a different level to maintain and to compete at the college level. Then once you get to the WNBA, there's another step up you got to take. What'd you say? You get picked, but then do you have the skills to stick? Right.
Yeah, you gotta
so you gotta invest in what it takes to be around and it looks different. So as you already pointed out, some players, some young adults, they get to college like, okay, this is not what I thought I wanted to be. You know?
Yeah, I don't want to keep getting up and doing all this every day. You know what I mean?
I can watch film every day. You know what I mean?
Like every day. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, and Bree Wayne, I don't think you're getting it out of thin air. They've all said that they are more than just basketball players.
Right.
So this sets them up for networking opportunities to be able to grow and connect in areas that'll help them be successful in the areas that they want to do outside of basketball. But they, whether that's daycare or influencing or whatever, NIL money gives them a nice nest egg to be able to start in these areas. They should be coming out of college with no debt.
Exactly.
No debt. They should be coming out of college with no debt. Right? No debt, a degree, and connections. Sheesh, life should be like they should be on their way. So whatever they use it for. Yeah, Lay says she wanted to do fashion stuff. They'll do all of those things.
Right.
I don't doubt those things. And some of them will go on and play in the WNBA if that's their choice.
So as we're talking basketball, we brought up Bree. I'm gonna bring up. We did not get a chance to talk about the SEC standings as of today. Okay, as of today, Texas 12-1, South Carolina. So they'll be number one because they're 12-1. South Carolina 11-1. So that's number one in conference play. LSU 10-2. Kentucky Hokies 9-3. Sponsored by Coach Kenny Brooks. Alabama Roll Tide 84. 8-4. Oklahoma 7-5, and I think you got another 8-5 team. Ole Miss, believe it or not, at 8-5 in conference play. Then your two little tinks, Tennessee 6-6, Vandy 6-6. So I think what we're going to look at is your top three teams: Texas, SC, LSU. It's good.
I mean, I got SC winning. I got LSU still too, and we'll see. I'm not sure that I believe Texas finishes third. I still think that
is at 12-1 right now in the conference.
I don't. I mean, they tied for first, but I think that Texas, for some reason, I don't know. Something is telling me Texas might get got.
They're gonna get got. How many games left here?
I think they got like 3 games. They got 3 games left against 3 teams they should beat. But something is saying to me, somebody might catch them slipping. They might be a little bit too confident right now. So we shall see.
The hangover from boost to hangover.
or just overlooking and trying to get ready for the SEC tournament.
Okay. So I'm not going to stay long with this. So you have the conferences that nobody ever talks about. But I just want to point out to you, it's important for these teams that are winning in these conferences. It's very important for these teams in these other conferences to win their tournament conference so it can open up some possible bids for some of your favorites in your power conferences. This is what Power 4 conference now, no more Power 5. So, like, for example, in American East Conference, you will want Albany Danes or the Vermont Catamounts. You want either one of those 2 teams to win the conference tournament. It won't throw anything off. That makes sense?
All
right. So that's the Albany. I think LSU played Albany this year, right?
I have no idea. Don't quote me. Don't quote me. I have no idea, y'all.
Yeah, they were struggling with them in the first half. It was LSU and Albany. Albany, New York. Albany.
Florida just won a game they wasn't supposed to win on the last second shot. It happens. Something is just telling me.
See?
And we're gonna do if Texas loses like I think, then no, we won't do a coin toss.
Right.
But If they don't, we'll do a coin toss and go wherever they send us. We don't care.
Okay, in American Athletic Conference, we want, so it doesn't mess all up the Baskonomics algorithms, you want either University of Texas, San Antonio, or South Florida to win their conference tournament. The regular season is going to come down between those two because UTSA is 13-1 and South Florida is 12-2. Going to the Atlantic 10, Richmond Spiders. Remember they were ranked one time this year.
Mm-hmm.
So in the Atlantic 10, it'll be the Richmond Spiders or George Mason Patriots. You will want either one of those teams to win. So your Power 4 conference team, bubble teams have a chance at a bid. Atlantic Sun, listen to this: Florida Gulf Coast, FGCU. Mm-hmm. You want Florida Gulf Coast or Central Arkansas, one of those teams to win their to win the conference tournament to keep everything running smoothly in the Baskonomics for at-large bids. These are names you never care to hear, right? Big Sky, Montana State, or Northern Arizona. I used to coach high school in Arizona, and we used to play our state regional games and their auxiliary gym at Northern Arizona, and they're the Lumberjacks. So you want either one of those two teams, okay? Now, I don't know if Harvard's going to make it. I'm going to go to your favorite, Ati.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They're in the Ivy League, and right now, Columbia is 9-1, Princeton's 9-1, and then there's Harvard 8-2.
Yeah, so Harvard hasn't beat Princeton in years, and so I don't know if they're going to be able to beat Princeton to win that tournament. So there's that.
Asked about Vandy. Vandy in the SEC. I think they got too much of an uphill climb.
Sure, they have a chance to make a statement. Everybody has a chance to make a statement. Let me tell you what the statement will be. We played in the SEC tournament. Everybody get it. Shit, they gonna make that statement. Yes. Okay. Vandy, we played in the SEC tournament. Yeah, yes, they will.
All right.
That'll be their statement.
So also we go to Patriot League. You need Lehigh, they're in Pennsylvania, 12-1, and Army. You need either one of those two teams to win their conference tournament to keep that basketball algorithm where it's supposed to be for your at-large teams, from your Power 4 conference. Sun Belt. James Madison is at 14-0. Arkansas State 13-1. So you need one of those two teams to win their conference championship to keep that algorithm going. Okay. Right now in the Southern Conference, University of North Carolina, Greensboro, they're in total control. Is theirs to lose. They're 10-1. I don't see anybody remotely close. We go over to the West Coast. You got Gonzaga, 14-2 in Portland. So one of those two teams need to win a conference tournament to keep that basketball algorithm going. Southland Conference. Remember we saw Southeast Louisiana. We was laughing at them earlier in the season. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. I'm still laughing.
Southeast Louisiana is 16-0 in their conference.
Mm-hmm. And I am still cracking up. Is that the Raging Cajuns? Cracking up.
I don't even know. I think they're like green and yellow is their school colors. So Southeast Louisiana, after that, it's Lamar and Stephen F. Austin behind them. So Southeast Louisiana looks like they in the lead. They had in the charge to win regular season and hopefully conference tournament. If not, they may throw some. If Lamar or Stephen F. Austin wins, that might throw a little jostle in the rhythm there. Dance to the rhythm night. Go to the HBCU, one of the HBCU conferences, SWAC. This is interesting. Jackson State, Southern University, and Texas Southern are all tied right now.
Probably Jackson State.
So you feel Jackson State. So we're looking at Jackson State regular season. And how many years? They've been so many years in a row. They've been regular season and tournament champions, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jackson State.
All right. Western. Western Athletic Conference, you got Grand Canyon 11-0, and the only closest team in that conference is University of Texas Arlington. So Grand Canyon has been pretty consistent on the women's side. So you need them to win conference tournament to keep all as well in Basconomics. Summit League, South Dakota State. I don't even know what their mascot is. That's not the Jackrabbits, is it? Because you got South
No,
Dakota.
I ain't sure.
Let's see. So they're undefeated in their conference. You need them to take care of business to keep that algorithm. Here's a team that struggled for years in the Ohio Valley, and now they're on top. Tennessee Tech, 14-2, but they're tied with Lindenwood. I think it's down. Is that Florida? Somebody correct me. I thought Lindenwood was down in Florida. And then Eastern Illinois is at 13-3. So those three teams. If any of those three teams win, I think we'll be okay. It won't be messing up no at-large bids. Okay. Mountain West, UNLV. Only thing we remember about UNLV is the running rebel is what? Stacey Augmon, Grandmama.
I mean, I was a running Rebel fan, so I was a Shark fan. I like Jerry Tarkanian.
So for the women's, UNLV is at 13-1. Colorado State is next at 10-3. So it looks like UNLV has the opportunity to run away with regular season, and they're the favorites to win a conference tournament. Now, I got to give love to my home state, New Jersey, Northeast Conference, FDU. Fairleigh Dickinson, pause, right? Fairleigh Dickinson University. They're at 11-0 right now, and they're looking like the favorites for regular season and conference play. Now, Colonial Athletic University is the HBCU that's in North Carolina. A&T Aggies are leading that right now. They're in head, and that will be between them and Drexel. Drexel out in Philly. The Drexel Dragons are 9-3, and A&T is at 10-2. So, shout out to HBCU playing in the PWI conference and leading that conference. Conference USA is a team that we saw last year play against LSU, played a good first half, and then they couldn't do it. And it was Middle Tennessee and Middle Tennessee 11-1 and Liberty 11-1. So either one of those two teams win the conference tournament, we should be okay. Horizon League, we're looking at Green Bay. Wisconsin Green Bay is 16-1. Fort Wayne is in Indiana. They're 15-1. So if any two of those teams in the Horizon League wins the tournament championship, wins the tournament conference tournament, we should be okay in the Basconomics of at-large bids. Mid-Atlantic Athletic Conference, Fairfield, 15-0. They're out in Connecticut. And then Quinnipiac is in Connecticut at 13-2. Any one of those two teams win, we should be good. And last but not least, MEAC, HBCU. We got Norfolk State, that's Diamond Johnson, great young lady that transferred from Rutgers to North Carolina State to Norfolk State, and she has been leading them. I think this is her last year of eligibility. And so it'll be Norfolk State or Howard State. So any two of those teams win their conference tournament, we should be okay with the Basconomics algorithms of at-large picks for your other Power 4 teams. And so those are teams that we need to win or should win so they don't mess up the church's money. This has been brought to you by Wanda's Wigs, Wings, and Wonders. Back to you, Auntie.
Oh man, yeah, a lot of action getting ready to start. A lot of schools getting ready to get ready to get down. I see y'all saying SC and Texas in the SEC championship game. I don't care who shows up in the championship game against us. I don't care who it is. But real quick before we get ready to get out of here, I want to talk to y'all about teams that's on the bubble. Teams that's on the bubble for some of these conferences. ACC. So on the bubble, Virginia Tech. Let me know, do y'all think Virginia Tech on the bubble, 16-9, net ranking 46, strength of schedules of 47. They 1-6 at quad 1 wins, 2-1 at quad 2 wins. Does Virginia Tech make the dance? Does Virginia Tech make the dance from the ACC? Let me know. Does Virginia Tech make the dance, Coach? What you think?
They got to get to the semifinals of the ACC tournament to get a shoe-in bid. California, I think, is going to have to do something similar. And then I don't know if Georgia Tech is a shoe-in. Maybe. So I'm concerned about Georgia Tech too.
Oh, hey, TD. Oh, yeah, Georgia Tech. I'm going to talk about them real quick. Hey, TD, yeah, at Island McDowell, bucket. I'm so relaxed about next year. They talking we need scoring. We got Island McDowell coming. They better Google her. Yeah, Georgia Tech, listen. At one point, they thought Georgia Tech was going to host an attorney. Probably not now. They could get a 6 or they could end up a 9. Depends on how they close the year, right? They close the year convincingly. They end up at a 6. Got towards the end here and end up a 9 seed. Big East on the bubble. Marquette, Seton Hall, Villanova. Marquette, Seton Hall, Villanova. Marquette, Seton Hall, Villanova. Any of them make the tourney?
Only team that has a chance to get into out of those 3 if Seton Hall will be Seton Hall. They have a long distance chance to get in. Again, it's going to have to be another get to the semis at least, or a surprise visit in the championship. I think Creighton and UConn has that championship date locked up. But if Seton Hall can manage, make sure they get to the semifinals. Seton Hall has to make sure they get to the semifinals to get considered. I won't say that's definite. So,
Wody, I see your question. The next best player in the world, I don't see them in this draft. It's a whole lot of Derek Kahambis, probably 1 through 10. Auntie just wanted to put this out here. Tomorrow's games versus Arkansas. If we do at least our average or better than average on our attendance, we'll set the all-time attendance record. Let's go get it. Isla was hitting threes, rebounding, midi, everything. Yeah, she's the wing. She's our scoring wing. Think about that. We'll put Isla on the bench with Maddie, Tack, and who else? Who else will we have on the bench? I think will Joyce be on the bench? I think Joyce will be starting. So our core will be Isla, Maddie, and Tack coming off the bench. Seatbelt gang still, but I digress. I won't get too much in the next season. Big Ten on the bubble. Nebraska, Washington. Any one of them making the dance. What do you think, Coach?
So for the Big Ten?
Yeah, I don't think Nebraska or Washington makes it this year. Unfortunate because I like Washington and I like what Sellers is doing up there.
Nebraska doesn't get in. I don't see Iowa getting in. I'll be shocked. I think you're gonna have one. I think Big Ten is gonna have USC, UCLA, Ohio State, Illinois, Maryland. I think that'll be your definites.
On the bubble, Arizona, Colorado for the Big 12. Either one of them make the dance.
No.
SEC on the bubble, Florida at 13-13, 56 net ranking, 24 strength of schedule, 0-9 quad 1 wins, 3-2 in quad 2 wins. Do they make the dance?
I'm gonna go with my formula. You got to at least get to the semifinals in your conference tournament to even be considered on that conversation on Selection Sunday, or it's really Selection Saturday. They let you know but Selection Saturday night. So Florida's got to make an amazing run in the SEC to get considered. The quad losses, not wins, that's what hurts. That's what's going to be the uphill battle to get selected. So
I don't know who. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I said that's just going to be the challenge with the quad losses.
I mean, but their net ranking right now is 56, which will put them into 64. So potentially, yeah. As Wody would say, is it in the air? Notre Dame is the favorite for the championship. Is it in your air? My air hasn't changed. I haven't moved off my picks. The South Carolina Gamecocks are still my favorite for the championship. The defending champs, you still got to go get it done in March or April. So I don't know if that's who your pick is. Say that, but I don't know. It's not in my ear, so I don't know what the question is really. Does a sleeper on the fringe come to mind? No, it doesn't. My favorite to win the national championship is still South Carolina. What's your? I mean, maybe you shouldn't ask a question. Maybe you should just make a statement about what it is that you wanted to say about those things.
So I think SEC will have a guaranteed 5, and then and a possible. It's going to be a
Oh
one.
no, I think the locks for the SEC are Alabama, Kentucky, LSU, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Vanderbilt. I think they are locks for the
Are they going to put all them in?
yeah. I
Strength of
think they
schedule.
locks for the tourney. Oh yeah, I think they locks for the tourney. What's up, Smalls? The one
You see
Alabama,
9
Kentucky,
teams.
LSU, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Vanderbilt. Locks.
So
Locks.
about 9 teams from one conference.
Yeah, and I think it's 9 of them. It's only
Okay.
so many. It's 64 teams got to go. It ain't but so many. It ain't but so many conferences. Yeah,
Right.
9. I got 9 of them going, and I got Florida on the bubble.
Okay.
And actually, I'm going to project it in. Also, it's probably going to be Mississippi State, so it will be 10 of them going from the SEC. Mid majors, no locks on the bubble. Drake, George Mason, Green Bay, Missouri State, Murray State, Northern Arizona, Portland, Princeton, Purdue, Fort Wayne, St. Joseph, South Florida. Those will be on the bubble for the mid majors with a spotlight on South Florida because I like their defense. Yeah, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all air say.
I mean, mid major, they got to get the automatic bid with the championship win.
Yeah, so that's what I see right now, coach. This is when the rubber, what they say, the rubber meet the road.
Yeah. What I'm gonna say is you rarely see. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, Wody, please don't come here talking to me about what the media says. Please, I know what the media says. Some of your takes be like, really? Like I'm here talking because the media doesn't talk in a way that makes sense to me about the game. So please don't come here and tell me about what the media is talking about. If you want to share what your picks are, happy to do that. But your riddle questions, like, is it in the air? No, not on this channel. Not on this channel. I don't know about the other places you go. Here, it's all Gamecocks here. I don't know what else I could say to you for you to understand it. You don't have to come ask me every day. It's Gamecocks. Every day and all day is Gamecocks. All year is Gamecocks. And I don't care what the media say. Cause I'm the same one sitting up here telling you that why are y'all listening to the media? So I can't flip flop and then be like what the media said. I'm here already telling you that the media doesn't do fair coverage. And they don't spotlight the teams that they should. So yeah, that's bullshit in the air if it ain't a Gamecock. Yeah. Nebraska beat Maryland, then lost to Illinois. So right now, back on the bubble. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not here. I'm here talking because I'm sick of what the media is saying.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. I don't know if you had another hot take you wanted to come with, but them two. But today, and Wody, usually you come in pretty good. Usually you come in with something, but I mean, for today, the 2 takes that you came and led with today, I'm not clear, bro. I'm not clear, Wody. I'm trying to work with you. I'm looking at them. You like, media said, but no, Wody.
Try next time, contestant. Try next time.
Yeah, not here. But you got one more. You got one more take. 3 strikes and you got one more take. Is on the list for Coach of the Year. Should always be on the list for Coach of the Year. She won't get it this year though. She won't get it this year. And I don't think any of our Gamecocks are gonna get the Dawn Staley Award this year. But I'm glad that they are in the year watch list. But I don't think it goes to a Gamecock this year. You think Ivy gonna get it? We'll see. Wody woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. No, Wody's not a Gamecock fan. Wody is Mr. Potential. He looks at basketball through a totally different lens. And I love the lens that he looks through it through because he's always looking at who can play at the next level. But like he's not a Gamecock fan or nothing like that. But yeah, Wody not here. We don't. The air I breathe is Gamecock. Who do I think is gonna get Coach of the Year this year? Probably Corey Close. Probably Corey Close. Dawn Staley Award will go to Georgia Amore. She got 2,000 points, 900 assists. I can see that. I can see him giving it to Georgia. But yeah, I think it'll go to. They may give it to Vic Schaefer. Vic beat Dawn and Kim this year.
Huh?
Vic could go to Big Vic.
Big Vic,
Could go to Big
Red
Vic.
Man, Red Man.
I like Ivy. I like Ivy as a coach of the year. I like Ivy as a coach of the year. They're gonna complain about the 2 losses that they had. Who was that? TCU and Utah. So that's why I say they may not give it to them. It may go to Corey Close and UCLA. But like I said, Vic with the 2 wins over us and LSU. I don't know. We got games tonight. Somebody's
You
playing.
got games. You got picks ready. We got
Corey was
games.
stressed out in the USC game. Yeah, her whole hairstyle was stressed out. When you see somebody hair get stressed, not sweated, stressed. Her hair was stressed. Did you see it sticking out? It's a difference. You gotta pay attention. When her hairstyle got stressed, I said, "Ooh, this is new times here. This is a new level. This is a new level of stress that she's under. Because first she was stressed, but then when you stressed and then your hair is stressed, that's a lot of stress. Her hair looked matted. No, it was stressed. It was stress. Her hair looked matted. What? Her hair was puffy.
Electricity.
You know how when you got that, when she sweated her hairstyle out. She wanted to pull it out. She's like, ah. Let's see here. Who got on today? Oh yeah, she was stressed. She was stressed. She looked like she had static electricity. Okay, a little bit. Her whole body was tense. Okay, yeah. It was something else. Okay, Coach, we got some quick picks today. UConn back in action at Seton Hall. UConn back in action at Seton Hall.
We got UConn 7 p.m. tonight.
Yeah, they got UConn as 25.5-point favorites. They probably gonna run Seton Hall out the gym. St. John's at number 23, Creighton. Creighton.
I'm gonna go with St. John. I'm rooting for the home team.
Okay. Got St. John's. For fun. Oregon at Nebraska. They're not ranked. But who do you got?
I'm gonna go Oregon.
They got Nebraska at home. For the picks. BYU at Arizona. They're not ranked either, but for fun. BYU at Arizona.
BYU's been playing well.
Funny thing is they have Arizona by 7.5. Interesting. Because I was thinking BYU too, but okay, Arizona. Okay, maybe Jade is back today. Number 10, TCU at Arizona State.
I'm gonna go TCU. They've been playing well these past 2 weeks.
Number 19, Baylor at Colorado.
I'm gonna go with Colorado with the upset.
Okay. And Michigan State, number 22, Michigan State at number 4, USC.
I think it's gonna be people get up to play them, so I think it's gonna be start close. Juju on the beat. I'm gonna rock with Juju.
Yeah, I think USC gets this. Michigan State, like I said earlier, they surprised me and beat some teams that I didn't think they would beat. But we'll see. Did Michigan State play UCLA already, right?
Yeah, they lost them. They played them close too.
So they've been on the West Coast because I think they probably stayed out on the West Coast. So they probably have been on the West Coast. Maybe they are, acclimated to the time difference and everything. 9:30 game though, 9:30 p.m. game. That's gonna be a late game for them. It's gonna be interesting, but I think USC gets it done in the Galen Center. So
yeah, for sure.
And then let's see, because we won't see you again until after
Thursday night.
Let's get these quick picks in here. Number 18, Alabama at Tennessee.
I'm gonna go with where they play.
At Tennessee. I'm going Tennessee. Yeah. Number 1, Notre Dame at Miami.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, for sure. I got.
It's got to be like.
Miami been. I don't know if Miami's been playing up to their competition or if competition been playing down to them. They've been in some games that I didn't think they would be in, but I expect Olivia Miles, and the knife, Hannah Doggo, to run all over the Cavinder twins. They're gonna have them going in circles. Yeah, going in circles. Round and round they go. Strung out. They're gonna be strung out over Hannah. You hear me? Hey man, they gotta go in this. They gonna have them going in circles. Oh my goodness. Arkansas, and South Carolina.
I'm South Carolina. I feel bad for Arkansas.
They coming in there. And the only thing I wish that we were going to Arkansas because I think Dowda would play better at Arkansas. I want her to have a return trip to Arkansas, but she'll get that next year when she's more acclimated and comfortable being a Gamecock. But I expect to see Dowda on the floor Thursday night. Number 8, Ohio State at Indiana.
I'm going Ohio. They're playing well. And Kennedy, the other Cambridge is coming along, so it's good to see that light.
That's the older Cambridge, though.
Yeah,
Jelani's the baby.
The older Cambridge is showing some signs of life.
Oh yeah, the Cambridge sisters is a problem. It's like when they call them like that. Here come the Cambridge sisters. Oh god, like the McGee twins. Here come the Cambridge sisters. Yeah, you better watch out for Kennedy and Jelani. They not playing with y'all. Oh no, 2.2 million views. I love it. That's good eyes on us. Louisville at number 11 Duke. Louisville at number 11 Duke. I'm going Louisville. Yeah, me too.
Just how they've been. I say that just how respecting how they've been playing these past 2 weeks.
They need a win against a win against Duke would be great going into the end of the season for them. We really get going. Number 13, NC State at number 20, Georgia Tech.
NC State, Georgia Tech.
I'm gonna go NC State.
I'm gonna take Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech's at home. I can see it, but I'll go NC State. Vanderbilt at number 16, Oklahoma. I'm gonna go Vandy.
I'm gonna go Oklahoma just because you picked Vandy, but I want Vandy to beat it. But I'm gonna go Oklahoma.
I really don't care. I just picked Vandy because I said them first. I'm being honest. I go with Vandy. You said that one first. I don't really know.
Right.
Because I don't know if Beers is playing and they have a big that can deal with Beers. If they have a big that can deal with Beers, but I don't think Oklahoma has any foot speed to deal with Blakes or Pierre. So there's that.
You are correct.
Number 14, Kentucky at Missouri. Missouri.
It's hot over there, huh, Missouri? It's hot. He's on fire. On fire. I'm going with Kentucky.
I'm going to go with Missouri at the crib.
Okay.
Knock down Kenny. Missouri and Emily's to take off Kenny. Take out Kenny and Kentucky. Number 21, Maryland at Northwestern.
I forgot they was in the Big Ten.
Oh yeah, they there.
Maryland.
Florida at Texas A&M. Battle of the seats on fire. Y'all got.
Joni got to be the old school. She's got to be the old team. She's got to.
I'm going Joni, man. Joni better get this done against Florida.
I thought you said Georgia. Excuse me, Florida. Joni got to get this done.
Yeah, Joni. Georgia at number 7, LSU.
LSU. Hey, that's gonna be another circle.
It's gonna be a massacre. Gonna be a massacre. Rutgers at Washington. Just because I don't know if Keone plays or not, but Rutgers at Washington.
Oh, Washington. I think tried to get hope to Rutgers, but it looked like they didn't pack it in. Spring break.
Last one, number 25, Illinois versus UCLA.
UCLA.
Yeah, I don't know much about Illinois. Teams have lost to them that I didn't think would lose to them. Illinois has been up and down as far as like in the top 25, out of the top 25. The only other team that I had UCLA losing to in the Big Ten outside of Ohio State and USC. I was Ohio State and USC, so I'm going UCLA. But Illinois is surprising people, so maybe they could pull something off. Be interested to see if Betts is actually back. If Betts is back this game. UCLA
Right,
looks
right.
really different without Betts.
So is
Barker showed up big in that last game, but Betts was sick, I think.
okay. Is it like I was going back to what you said? I get confused. Like if she don't play well, her feelings get hurt, and it's this mystery injury don't feel well.
It's like, hey, what's going on with you? Hey, come on, get in the game.
They're like, yeah, mental wellness.
Get in the
I don't
game.
know.
Absolutely. All right, man. So that's what we got. That's what we got coming up until we meet again. That's what we got coming up. 1958, 1960 Doc. I see you over there on Instagram. Appreciate that. What's up, Miss D?
When's
Coach,
your
what you got
next?
before we get out of here?
I was just gonna ask you, when's your next Unrivaled game?
Unrivaled is on Friday. Unrivaled plays
Friday.
game Friday.
Okay, so we don't. All right, we don't even got to worry about that right now.
No, we got an Unrivaled Friday.
It is snow day over here in Richmond, Virginia. So being safe, I still got to go out and work because my mama said, it's been great without you. There's no us, man. Change this world one random act of kindness at a time. Be the change you want to see because you have the power to change anytime you want to. Get in your bag, expand your bag because you are the best. Be great in your preparation. Become excellent. Let me back up, kiss myself. Be excellent in your performance because we are champions. Champion mentality.
Y'all know what it is. We appreciate y'all pulling up and hanging out with us. If you are not subscribed, what you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, jump in this conversation. It's still my birthday month, and I'm still on the push for 5,000. Each one invite 10 the very next time we pull up. Help us get there. Make sure y'all run the likes up on both platforms. I'm debating on if I'm coming back for a game or therapy later. I'll be around to mention it just a little bit. Until next time, y'all know what it is. Stay tuned. Talk soon. We are, as I would say,